job to follow that trail and say, why hasn't that been fixed? Why can't we make this better for those doing the process? Assure competitiveness. I'm sure everybody feels that, in this room in particular, that quality will give you the competitive edge, right? All hands? Absolutely. And without it, you will lose competitiveness. Without continually improving, you are actually losing, right? Keep management informed. How many people have been in positions where it's like, well, if the leadership knew what the heck was going on, you know, maybe they'd make some changes. Well, quality's job is to help leadership know what the heck's going on. So part of our job is to develop a self-assessment program so that leaders really know. Okay, so what about Deming, Dr. Deming? He says, cease dependent on inspection to achieve quality. Right? We've heard that, right?
Yep.
Because why? Assessments are expensive, right? They interrupt people. They take them from their job. We know interruptions cause errors, right? Breaks concentration, breaks process. Quality should be built in, not respected out, right?
Yes.
We've all been taught that over and over, drummed in our heads. So, on a scale of 1 to 5, hold up how many fingers representing how important you think it is to conduct self-assessment, knowing Dr. Deming told us this. Okay, a little difference of opinions. Okay, we have mostly people think they should be done, but not everybody's 100% sure about that. It looked like we had a few maybes in here. Okay, so let's talk about this. Quality should be built in. Yes? Yes. So, scheduled and random self-assessments are a horse of a different color. Why? Because they differ from product inspections. So, when you talk about self-assessment, you talk about not product inspections, but the process, right? So, Dr. Deming, of course, is right. Of course is a horse, of course. But we want to also say that self-inspections must be done in every quality. Has anyone seen a quality standard spec criteria that doesn't have self-assessments as part of it? I haven't, and I'm old. So I can tell you, I've never seen one. And self-assessments must be a part of a quality system, without a doubt. It is the C in Plan, Do, Check, Act. You cannot run a good quality system without a rigorous, professional self-assessment program. Okay, so where do we self-assess? All right, well, that seems obvious where it matters. Where does it matter? Okay, so if you really want to start somewhere, start at the top. What are your company values? Is, for example, one of your company values accountability? Most companies have that as a value. Okay. Are the records that are required all being kept? Are they being kept for the right length of time? Are your inventories where they need to be? Are all of the systems being checked on their frequency schedule? Start with accountability. Look at your values. What's another value that you have? Come on, in your companies, you almost know your values.
Satisfy customers.
What is it?
The dollar bill.
I'm talking like ethical value, like ethics,
Commitment
commitment,
to quality.
commitment to quality. A lot of it. How many have a commitment to quality type value in there? Not too many? Oh, wow. Continuous improvement. Okay, most everyone has a continuous improvement, right? On your primary strategies. It's got to be there, right? Come on. Yeah. Okay, so continuous improvement. Okay, that's a great place to start. Do you have a program? How effective is your program? Where do you see improvements? How many improvements have you had this year? Have they been effective? What has it done to your dollar? Actually, that fits in there, right? So, look at what's important, what the leaders say is important to your company. A great place to start to build a self-assessment program.
How about starting with a self-assessment of the board?
Well,
You got guts.
yeah, that's right. And a board of directors should self-assess, absolutely. Okay, so next you could look at product specs, process outcomes, customer satisfaction, workforce performance, right? Any of these. Your strategies, your goals, your objectives, your requirements. Companies are usually pretty good at spelling those out, right? Would you say, how many people here have strategic objectives that they're hoping to achieve in 2015? Only 3, 6, 8, 10? Okay, right. So, how many of you can tell me how well you're doing against those objectives? Couple? And that's probably through a self-assessment program, right?
Well,
Right?
yes, no. All I do is audit. So I can say based on the number of findings per audit going down,
Okay.
I can assume that quality is going up. I don't actually work in the process. I have nothing to do with the process. I have nothing to do with fixing the process.
Okay, so
I'm
you're looking at
I'm
outcomes.
strictly doing the auditing. So if the first time around I had 10 findings, and the next time around on that same subject matter, I only have 5, to me, the process is getting better
With the same audit?
with the same audit and the same criteria.
Or they're getting better at managing the auditor.
Okay, well, the bottom line, assess where the action occurs, right? Go to the action. Now, here's like a little list you can think about. So, if you're trying to figure out, well, what could we audit? Okay, here's the list on the left. So you could like take product specs. Oh wait, I forgot I have a point. Product specs. So, what are your strategies for product specs? What are your goals? Etc. If you pick customer satisfaction, how are you doing against strategies, against customer satisfaction, goals, objectives, requirements, standards, expectations. You can pick and choose, go either way. So if you have an internal audit team and it's like, well, we're not sure what we should be auditing, folks, there's tons of things to audit. It's just a matter of what is important to your company. Okay, so you go back to those guiding documents. Go from there. Okay, well, how to ensure quality? What are you writing? Requirement specification, a technical design, test cases, systems, and user documentation. Audit coming? Yep, tomorrow. And we've all seen that, people scrambling to do an audit, right? We should operate in a ready state. Always be ready for an audit. You ought to be teaching your people, be ready at any moment for an audit. You operate as if the audit's going to happen tomorrow, no matter what. That's the bottom line. Okay, so you've heard about, notifications for audits, right? An audit's coming. So, do you send a notification of an upcoming assessment?
No.
It
Sometimes.
depends.
It depends, right? Okay, when an audit is planned, an assessment is planned according to an assessment schedule, a formal notification letter of an upcoming assessment should be sent, right? Okay, I will be in your area next Thursday at 2. I will be looking at this process, and this process. I expect to see these documents. I will be checking the applicable forms, records, right? Anything that goes with the process, always start with the process and go out from there. Okay, so in that case, yes, you would let them know. Yes, Doug?
I have to disagree because I look at assessments as being part of a management normal functioning, and it should be something that is ongoing.
Okay, then you would be in the no
You
group.
wouldn't say, hey, we're going to be assessing departments.
And there are times it wouldn't be.
Okay.
So if it's not a planned one, if it's an ongoing audit and every couple weeks you stop by and check on something, when it's random, when it's a mystery mystery shop